Hey. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I wanted to do a quick video. I've had some questions about the highlighting and contour of Maskcara Beauty and about basically what am I using as a foundation before I highlight and contour. So I wanted to share real quick that you actually skip all of those steps with Maskcara Beauty. There is no foundation. Your highlight and contour are your foundation. They actually call it a 3D foundation. It's very buildable, very movable. So basically, I just wanted to get ready real quick and show you how it's done. I just straightened my hair, so I'm trying to not kink it, but I want it out of my face. So we're going to look a little crazy for just a second. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am actually going to go in and do my contour first. The contour that I am using right now is Indigo. And this is my Maskcara Beauty Clutch, which is amazing. I need to clean it up because it's been like halfway around the world the last few weeks. And this is the Detail Hack Brush. It is very dense and has a really good narrow end to really get where you need to get for contouring. So what I'm going to do, this is a cream product, so I just kind of dip that brush in there on each side to make sure that I'm going to get the coverage that I need. And don't be afraid to go too crazy with this because it's, like I said, it's buildable and it's blendable. We're going to blend all of this out when we get to where we're going with our situation here. I've got some new growth that's driving me crazy. So basically what you want to do when you contour is you want to find that cheekbone. We all have it. We just kind of have to find it. And you just want to kind of go right there underneath that cheekbone. Now I am going in quite heavy with this just so that I can show you guys exactly what the situation is and how much coverage you can get with both your highlight and contour. Hence to why this is your foundation. You're basically getting to skip the whole steps of concealer and foundation and any kind of BB creams, anything like this. All of these products, like I said, they're cream and they all give you full coverage. Now, right now, I'm contouring around my face, and I have a lot of information on my page, which is Finding Fabulous on Facebook. It's a group, so if anybody's interested in joining, these things aren't working for my liking, about face contouring and face shapes and that kind of thing, which you can always, look it up and kind of see what your face shape is and what works out best for you. When you contour your forehead, you're doing a shadow is what you're doing in any kind of contouring. We're basically casting a shadow, which is, it's a natural shadow anyway. We're just bringing it out a lot more with what we've got going on here. Kind of like with your jawline, which is what I'm doing now. I'm going right at the edge of that jawline. Same thing with my Indigo contour. And right now I'm kind of in between colors as far as my highlight goes, which we'll discuss that here in just a second because I'm starting to lose my tan. But it's all so fixable and doable that it doesn't matter what you got going on. These can be mixed. You can buy the Bella bronzer, which is amazing for whenever you start losing color or you start getting more color and you're in between colors for your highlight. Bella bronzer is amazing. And then I flip that Detail Hack brush over with the smaller rounded dome end, and I just kind of dip that in there because what I want to do is I want to contour my nose. And what I'm doing is you're going right on top of your nose and you're basically doing a parallel line. We're just kind of making that nose a little bit skinnier. Just trying to hide this fat, pudgy nose, and considering my seasonal allergies I've got going on, it's a little pudgier than usual. And then right underneath that lip. Now, I will touch this up a little bit after I do my highlight, which is what I'm going to do next. And right now, my highlight color is Sandy. And this is the Buffy brush, which I absolutely love. It's got the bigger dents in and then the smaller one. And once again, I'm just going to dip into that highlight color. And I like to start right underneath my eyes. And it's got fantastic coverage. I feel like we got a little too much light there. I mean, you can already see just the little bit that I have put on in this little pie-shaped piece underneath my eye on how much coverage this has. And I'm not using much at all. I am the world's worst about messing up my nose contour. I will totally cover it up on accident when I'm doing my highlight. So just bear with me because I'll go back in and touch that up. Okay, I'm going to go right down here underneath where that contour is on each side of your face. Don't forget your chin. And this stuff is fantastic also for covering up blemishes and that kind of thing. And a lot of the highlight colors actually contain honey, which is an antibacterial, a natural antibacterial agent. So it helps also with breakouts. A lot of people don't know that. I've been using Maskcara Beauty since February of this year, and I have not had a single breakout since probably the first couple weeks that I started using this product. And it didn't matter if I wore my makeup or not. With the breakouts I did have, they seem to heal so much quicker, which I'm also using our Milk skincare line, which is amazing. We have the cleanser, the moisturizer, toner, and the milk mask. It is fantastic for your skin. I actually use the mask twice a week, which is an exfoliator. And I use my moisturizer every night. I use my cleanser every night. And then I use my toner as needed. Toner is usually kind of like a pH balance system. Like in the summertime when I get really, really red, or I've been out in the sun too long, I can put on our milk toner, and the next morning it is amazing what my skin looks like. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, you can see this big blotch of contour I've got going on here, is I'm going to go back to my detail hack brush, the brush that I was using to do my contour, and I'm just going to kind of start feathering that out and blending it a little bit. Now, I'm going to use my Perfector sponge also, which is a must with a cream product, because it picks up any excess product that you may have in your creases, or, you know, like around your eyes, your mouth, your nose, that kind of thing. But I like to kind of just soften up some of these lines before I even get in to do that. Plus, I'll need to go in and touch up this nose contour that I just pretty much wiped away with my highlight. And if you want to do your highlight first and your contour second, that's fine. That kind of keeps you from, you know, losing a lot of this contour situation that we have going on. And then you don't have to go back in and do it twice. All right, this is my Perfector sponge. You always want to make sure that it's damp. Usually when you get a Perfector sponge, it's really small and really dense. When you get it wet, it blows up. That's what you want. But I'm not like, it's wring out, it's just damp. It's not too dry, it's not too wet. Because either one of those will pick up your product and move it around and totally screw up everything you just did. So all I'm doing is I'm pressing this in to my skin. I'll turn it around to the little skinny side and go around my eyes to make sure I pick up any excess product around my mouth, my nose. I'll go down on that jawline, my neck. It just helps to give that flawless finish, like a second skin. I mean, it's amazing. The Perfector sponge is a must with Maskcara Beauty. All right, now that we've gotten that far, all of our blush colors, which are called lip and cheek, are exactly that. They're for your lips and for your cheeks. I have even used it on my eyes. Once again, a cream product. This one here is Plum, and as you can see, it has been one of my favorites. These tins tend to last anywhere from 3 months to a year, depending on what it is. Your highlight usually lasts, you know, about 3 months. Contour, 3 to 6. Lip and cheek, 3 to 6. Bronzers, illuminators, they can last up to a year or longer. It just really kind of depends on how much you wear your makeup. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of going on the apples of my cheeks. And this is the B Squared Blush and Bronzer Brush. I love it. A lot of people actually use this for their highlight and contour. And then what I'm doing is I'm just kind of pressing that out, blending it out. Okay? And then what I like to do is I just kind of take the excess and go over my eyes with it to kind of give me a primer for my eyeshadow. All right, so once I have gone to that point, I'm basically already moving on to eyes. And this morning, I'm actually using Pup, Oak, and Lullaby, which are 3 of my all-time favorites. And this is the Best Blend Forever. No, I'm sorry, the Blend and Tap. This is the Blend and Tap brush. It's got the 2, one is domed and one is kind of more narrow. And these are very pigmented, so it doesn't take much. And I'm kind of using Pup as an all-over color to just kind of set the tone for what I'm going for here. This is just a quick, easy, everyday look. I love these colors. They're amazing. It's just kind of a simple, get quick ready in the morning look. Then I'm going to flip that brush over and I'm going to go into my oak here. And like I said, they're pigmented. So I like to tap it off a little bit and I go right in that crease. And then I just kind of make this little V shape at the corner of my eye. Then I follow right underneath that lash line and right on top of that lash line. I'm not going for anything too crazy here. Right in that crease, little V. So you don't want to bring your eyeshadow down too far on the end. You want your eyes to draw up. And I'll kind of show you a trick to clean that up here in just a second, because that can be quite messy when it comes to eyeshadow. Now, because the products are, I mean, a little goes a long way. It doesn't take much. I can literally flip this over back into a whole different color, which is Lullaby. And what I like to do is I just kind of tap that down the center and off to the side and kind of fill in that V that I made. Because I like to leave the corner of my eye bright or brighter. It helps to brighten your eyes. And then what I'll do is we have the Eyeshadow Everything brush that has the blendy end and the smaller end. And I'll just take the blend in and I'll just kind of start blending those together. Always about blending your eyeshadow. I love eyeshadows. I love to play with them. And I have seen pictures now when I go back, since, you know, before I did Maskcara Beauty, and it's like, oh, I did not blend my eyeshadow. It makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. There's not a whole lot of fallout of these eyeshadows either. Even though the eyeshadows are a powder, they're very creamy, if that makes sense. They're very movable. They go on very, very well. Now, I'm actually using my CoverGirl Perfect Blend eyeliner pencil, but we also have tons of colors to use for eyeliner. Like, you can actually use our brush, which is the Know Your Angles brush, and we have a Cola contour that's pretty much black. That's perfect for lining your eyes. But I'm doing this because I'm just trying to get this really done and done quickly. So I don't go a whole lot anymore. I used to be a big eyeliner person, but now I don't know. I've learned so many different strategies and new tricks and things since being with mascara that I've learned a little bit does really go a long way. And I like to go right on that lower waterline, and then right on the upper waterline in this corner. Then I'll flip this little doodad over because it's got the little sponge on it. And then I'll just smudge that out right at my lash line. Because more color at your lash line tends to help make your lashes look a lot fuller. I don't have lash extensions. I don't have fake lashes. So, you know, what I got on my face are mine. I'm dealing with what I got. So, which they're not horrible. And believe it or not, my Milk Moisturizer has actually helped to fill them out quite a bit. They do not advertise that does that, but I'm just using what I had, my highlight brush, to kind of clean that up a little bit. This is what I was talking about, bringing up your eyeshadow and cleaning up those lines. You want your eyes to lift up. But anyway, what I was saying, they don't advertise that Milk actually does that, but I've noticed since I've been using my Milk Moisturizer that my eyelashes have gotten a lot thicker and longer, and they're so soft. This here is a Benefit mascara called They're Real. Like I just said, these are my lashes. They are real. It's a little, I like this. I tend to go between a lot of different mascaras. I'm kind of a mascara junkie. And this one is a more wet. It's got a great brush and it does an amazing job, but it's more of a wet mascara instead of a thicker concoction. And I tend to like the thicker ones because I don't curl my eyelashes, so I tend to like to push them up from the root. And with the more wet mascara, that's harder to do. With the thicker ones, like I use a lot of the Too Faced mascaras, they do fantastic for something like that. If you're one that does not curl your eyelashes, I do curl them, but not all the time. That's Too Faced has a really good line of mascaras that are amazing for that. And like I said, what I like to do is I just go from the root and I just kind of push up. Once I get a good layer on the top and the bottom of my lashes, I just push up and kind of hold. That kind of helps to get them to stand up. Now I'm doing my lower lashes, and I'm usually a very messy mascara person. So I'm one of those people that always has Q-tips around to kind of help clean that situation up. So once I've done that, I've put on my mascara, I'll go underneath my eye and clean up any excess. It helps to do your lower lashes first before you do your top lashes because, you know, you tend to look up when you do your lower lashes. So your top lashes automatically hit your eyelid. So if you've already done your eyeshadow, it's kind of aggravating when you have to go in and wipe off any mascara. Okay, so we've done all of that. I've actually filled in my brows a little bit before we got started. I need to go and get them cleaned up. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of go to my little spoolie and make sure I don't have any of my highlight or eyeshadow or anything in there, and just kind of clean them up. So we're pretty much to the end of the line here. Now, one of the things I did want to tell you real quick is that the contour that I used on my cheeks and to line my face and everything, I will actually go back to that eyeshadow blend everything brush, or eyeshadow everything brush. And I like to go to this smaller, narrower, more dense end here. And I like to go back into my contour with it because I use it as a lip liner. I told you it could be used as an eyeliner, lip liner, whatever, you name it. And I just barely put it on because our lip and cheek, like I said, is exactly that. It's for your lips and your cheeks. So what I'll do is I'll just line my lips with this. And I don't do it, I don't go in and I'm not crazy perfect with it. The reason being is because I'm going to use my Multitasker brush and I'm going to dip into my lip and cheek once again, which was Plum. And I'm going to blend those together. That's why I don't go crazy OCD with the line, because it's all cream and it all blends perfectly together. And these really are creamy. They feel good. They're not too dry on your lips. They're not really, I mean, you could make it into a matte look, but you don't have to. All right. My very last step, once again, in the 3D process, is we have a vanilla dust powder here. So if you're somebody that feels like you need a powder, I'll go back to my B² brush on this bigger end here, and I just kind of squeeze it a little bit and rub it in that vanilla dust. And I just put it in places that I tend to get a little bit oily or a little bit shiny. What's crazy is I'm fixing to actually add some shine, if that makes any sense. And it's just enough to where you don't have a full face of powder, because powder tends to stick into creases and crevices and that kind of thing. So it's just a really light coverage. All right, last but not least, my illuminator, which my blush has gotten into, is Pearl. I just use my finger, my pinky finger. I tap a little bit on that bottom lip, right here on my Cupid's bow, right here on this upper cheekbone. It just kind of gives you a little bit of shine. See that? So it doesn't give you, it gives you a glow, I guess I should say. It doesn't really give you a shine that makes you feel like you're oily or anything. It just kind of gives you that extra little bit of glow. And then I take just a tad and I'll go right underneath that brow, right on top of that brow bone. Just enough that it doesn't really mess up my eyeshadow situation. right underneath the brow, right on top of that brow bone, and then right above it. Basically right at that arch. Just gives you a little bit of that, like I said, a little bit of glow. Once again, the 3D-ness of it all, it just brings out your regular facial features. Okay, so there you have it. It's been 20 minutes with me talking and everything and figuring out my hair and stuff, but it's usually, I mean, for me in the mornings is a 10 to 12 minute process. So once again, no foundation, no concealer, no BB creams, nothing. My highlight and contour are my foundation. They blend tremendously. Your Perfector sponge will be your best friend. And the brushes that they have work amazing with this product, and it helps it to blend so well. So if any of you are interested in being color matched, I have my information down below in the bio. You can also join my group, Finding Fabulous on Facebook. I will actually have my business page up next month, so I can get you my shopping link, get you over a color match, help you out. Don't forget we have our Milk Moisturizing skincare line. Fantastic, fantastic. And it has probably been one of the best decisions I have made in my life, because my skin was doing horrible and I didn't know which way to turn. And when I found this product, it answered everything. So everybody have an amazing Friday, and I'll see you next time.